Alright, so today's video is going to be a little bit different from what I usually make, but I feel that it's important to make this video and show how to fix this bug, as it's apparently really common in Death Road to Canada, especially in Endless mode, and from what I can see, no one has really made a tutorial on how to fix this yet, so fine.
I'll do it myself.
So, it's very easy to fix, especially if you're on PC, but before I even go into how to fix it, I feel that it's important to understand the cause of this bug, why it happens, so that you may be able to prevent this from happening to you, and so that you don't just blindly follow what I'm doing and end up with an error and get mad at me and call me a big stupid poopy head in the comments or something like that, yeah. And also, before we start, I'd also like to give a huge thanks to u/smurgb on Reddit for helping work with me through this process of fixing this bug, and without him, I probably would not have figured out what I was doing wrong when initially testing, and this video would definitely not have been possible. So thank you, Mr. Smurgb. Huge shout out to you, or small, it doesn't matter. Kudos to you. Alright, so what does this bug look like? Well, first off, NPCs like traders won't spawn, trader camps will be empty, zombies will spawn at the edges, you won't be able to recruit new characters, and this includes dogs and cats as well. Samedi won't be able to spawn skeletons, and the cat lady won't be able to spawn cats. And this is really important to fix because when you get to the end of the game, the Prime Minister and the Mounties, they won't spawn either if this bug is not taken care of, which means you will not be able to beat Endless mode, which is 1,000 days long, and this will completely destroy your run if you're going for that. Alright, so let's get into what you will need to fix this bug. The process that I will be showing will be for the Android mobile version of Death Road to Canada, but I will also explain a little bit how to do this on PC as well, and I'll probably leave a timestamp in the description or comments on where that relevant information will be, because all it really involves is navigating to your file directory and editing your save file, which is really simple to do on PC, but for mobile it's a different story, hence why I'm making this video. So, what you will need to fix this on mobile is a computer with some text editing software. I'm currently using Notepad++, which is free, so that's probably why I'm using it. You also need a phone that is rooted, or an emulator for a phone that is rooted. For example, I'm currently using Bluestacks, which is an emulator for Android, and I'll leave some links down below on how to root your phone or Bluestacks so you can do this yourself. For iOS, there should be a similar process, but since I don't own the game for an Apple device, you're going to have to find the file directory for your game on your own. And I believe you can do that with just some exploration. So you can pause the video here to go do that, or if your phone is already rooted, you can look at this funny dog for a few seconds. Awesome. So after you have a rooted phone or emulator, you'll need a File Explorer Manager app that will allow you to access your root files and internal storage and, manage them. Right now I'm using Solid Explorer, which does cost $3, but it is free for the first 2 weeks, which should be enough time for you to fix the bug. And I've tried using other apps, and they didn't really work as well for me, which is why I paid the $3 in the first place. So if you manage to find a free app that can work without giving errors in-game when you're moving files around, please tell me, because, other people deserve to not pay $3 for a simple bug fix. And maybe if there isn't one, then somebody can make one. I don't know. Anyway, finally, you will need Death Road to Canada installed, which is $15 on Steam or $7 on the Google Play Store, which I assume you already have. Okay, so once you've gotten everything that you've needed to get, I'm going to open up Death Road to Canada here and just open up my save. Here we are, just let it load. Okay, so essentially I'm just going to do this to prove that all my character stats, their weapons, and everything saves, right? So I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna sign out of Google Play so this doesn't affect my cloud save, because I actually have real data on there. And then I'm gonna go to my Solid Explorer. This is why you need to have your phone rooted so you can navigate in this root folder. So I'm going to data, data again, com.noodle.deathroadtocanada, files, Death Road to Canada. Of course, this will be different for different phones, but here we found the 0.save file. This contains everything. It's, characters, your run, your days, your items, everything. So I'm going to copy this over to my internal memory so that we can export it to our computer and edit it in the text editor. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it in my internal memory somewhere like, let's just do Android. Okay, and if you're on your phone, you would do this so that you can email it to yourself, so you can download it on your computer to edit it. So, but since I'm in an emulator on my computer, I can just select the file directly and directly export it. So if Explorer is in Android, right? Android. Okay, so I'm going to select that, and I'm going to export this to my computer. So you won't be able to see this part because I'm recording window by window, and I actually didn't record my file explorer. But essentially what I'm doing here, I'm just pasting it in a folder where I can locate it easily, so I can click on it and edit it with Notepad++. So once you do that, I will see you in the next step. Alright, so now we have our 0.save file opened up in our text editor. Now, as you can see in the .save file, we have basically all of our character data here. You can see that, you see the ones in the second column that corresponds to our first character. You can see things like voice. You can see that there's things like whether they're female or not, whether they're pet, that's indicated by 0 or 1, 1 for yes, 0 for no. Yeah, you get the gist of it. Yeah, basically this .save file contains all of your character data. As we scroll down, you can see that there's a lot. Here we have, you can even see that there's the character description in game. We can actually change that right here to is an epic gamer. I guess that'll show if our changes took effect. So yeah, here's our second character. We just keep scrolling down. 20, 26, 28, 30, 40. Yeah, it goes all the way down to, okay, we're at 156 right now. That's our 155th character, which is a skeleton, which, like I said before, some of these skeletons count as characters, right? Which is why this filled up so fast. So we'll just keep scrolling down, all the way down to character 255. As you can see, there's a max of 255 characters, and the game doesn't create any more after that, which I've already explained. So what we want to do now is I'm actually recording this voiceover afterward, so I'm actually kind of just looking at what I'm doing. Okay, so basically what we want to do now is you just want to highlight. Make sure you highlight here. Do not get anything below it. You want to highlight the last line of the 255th character. And then what we're essentially going to do is highlight up from there. Now, this is important because all this data here, that is your, what's above it is your character data. What's below it is like your game save data. It contains like what's in your trunk, how many days you survive. So you want to look at this part because it's important, because it tells you which characters are currently in your party, right? So if you look right here, these are our 4 characters currently in our party. So as you can see, this is our 4th, this is our 1st character, and you want to pay attention to the numbers at the very beginning, like 1 or 2, 83, 104, because those are your characters, like I said, in your party, and you don't want to delete the save, like, character data of those characters. So, as you can see here, my first character is my second character in the save slot. My third character is my 83rd character in the save, and my fourth character is number 104 in the save. So, yeah, when you're deleting character save slots, you want to keep those numbers in mind because you don't want to delete those. So, if you go to, oops, sorry, wrong one. So if I show it right now, go to character number 83. I just want to prove right now that that character number corresponds to the character that is in your party. It's going to 183. Oh, there you go. Character number 83 is Samedi, who is actually in my endless party right now. So I don't want to delete that. I want to keep that, right? So knowing this, let me just scroll down. My highest character number, I guess, would be number 104, who's Big Black Billy, or Big B Billy. Don't want to be, racist or anything. I don't see how that really is, but yeah. So what I'm essentially going to do is that now I've seen my highest number character, I'm going to delete from 255 to 104. But because I want to keep all my characters from 0 to 104 so that their save data is still in the game, but I want to delete enough character slots so that when I actually play the game again, with Samedi spawning all these skeletons and stuff, that doesn't clog up my save file. So yeah, I'm just going to highlight all this. Okay, I stopped at 191 because it was going to take a long time just for video purposes. My other save file I actually did delete to 104. This is the one I was actually working on. So, as you can see here, I actually deleted to 104. But this is, of course, is going to depend on which characters you have in your party. So I just kept it at 191 for the purpose of this video because it took a long time to highlight. Alright, another thing I want to just draw attention to is that, there's also a lot of other valuable data here. There's which leader is the character. As you can see, currently right now my first character is character leader. It shows what weapons are in the trunk, what orders of combat, smashing or shooting, tactic, attacking, defending. Also your coolant level, which is, if you know what that is, if you played this game for a little bit. I'll try not to spoil what that is because you should probably look it up. It also shows your game mode, within this game def parameter, shows how many people have died, how many kills you've gotten, and it just also shows how many days you've been alive, how many days to Canada you've actually survived. That's basically all that covers what we have to know about the text file .save. Once you've finished all your edits that you want to make, of course, you want to save it, right? And yeah, I will see you in the next step. Okay, so here we are back in Bluestacks. Now what we're going to do is basically, we're just going to do the opposite process of what we did before. We're going to import the edited file back into, my emulator or your phone from your computer, or you can just email it back to yourself if you're doing it that way, and download it onto your phone. So here I am. I'm currently importing it. This is the Windows Explorer is actually invisible because I didn't record that window. But here it is, 0.save. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to import this into my internal storage, specifically my downloads folder. Alright, so this part is important because if you actually import the edited file to your root files instead of your internal storage, it will give you an error when you're playing the game, which actually says that your game mode will be non-existent. So make sure you import it into your internal memory so your game doesn't get screwed up, you know. Okay, there we go. So yeah, where were we? Alright, so now you want to copy that imported file from your internal storage, and you want to navigate back to your root Death Road to Canada folder with your save files. So here I am going through the directory. So this part is important as well, right? Remember this. Do not delete the old file and then paste in the new file right after, because for some reason the game counts this as creating a new save even when your game is closed or force stopped, and your game data will be wiped upon opening the game again. So what you want to do is you want to paste the new file in and replace the old file. So here we are doing that. There we go. So you can see the file size changed. So yeah, this should work now. Let's see. Let's see if that works. So let's open our game. Here we are, game menu. Alright, so our game mode saved. We didn't get an error for that. Our days saved, all our characters saved. Here we are, edited character description saved too. And here we have all our stuff. That's nice. So, yeah. That's great. Alright. So, I'm going to open up the game just to demonstrate that Smetty can spawn. As you can see, Smetty spawns skeletons, right? Which means that our game file has, our save file has enough space to spawn new characters in, which is great. Which means, you know, that bug is essentially fixed now. If I were to go to Trader Cam after this, you would expect to see traders. And yeah, that's honestly about it. That's all I have to show you. If you have any questions, just put them down below. I'd be more than happy to answer them. You know, bug fixing is a pretty lengthy process sometimes, and you're probably going to run into a few errors along the way. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. This is a small channel, I'll definitely see it. So, cool. Adios.